advice would you give to people out there that are looking for a relationship?
You can suck on it and it's gone in a minute.
We know what we're supposed to do,
Right.
but why aren't we doing it?
I feel like I have friends that are HIV positive, and this is DJ Richie Sky, and you are watching 3LWTV.
The parties, the people, the girls, the boys. The topics, the cities, the books, the toys. The models, the muscles, the health, the pride. The stories, the fashion, the gaze, the light. Our hotness, our blackness, stand in the light.
Welcome to 3LWTV. I'm Lonell Williams on location in beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're on the show today, none other than DJ Richie Sky, also star of the Morning Wood Show. Welcome to 3LWTV. How are you?
I'm glad to be here. I love San Juan. It is beautiful. Beautiful.
You been staying out of trouble?
Yes.
You hesitated a little bit, like you had to come up with a public relations statement.
What? I always stay out of trouble. I'm here with, great people, so I'm excited to be here.
Okay. So you brought some friends down from D.C. area?
I did. I brought my boo, and I brought one of his friends for his birthday, and then one of his friends from Texas, so we're good. It's been a nice time.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your career and some of the stuff that you do. So how did you get started into DJing?
You know what? I'm a music aficionado, first off. I used to work in a music store, and people would always ask me about new releases and stuff that were coming out, and then I would, start bringing my CDs to people's parties, and finally it got to the point where I was like, how much do you charge for this? Literally? Seriously? Okay, you want to pay me? Okay, cool. So it just kind of spun from there, and then next thing you know, I'm DJing events around DC and Richmond and all along the East Coast and
Puerto Rico.
Now I'm here. The Morning Wood Show is a lifestyle and entertainment talk show. We do celebrity interviews. We also talk about celebrity pop culture, music news, that sort of thing. We started about a year ago. We started actually working on music together, and then it just kind of spun into us doing the show. So it's really taken off from there, and it's been really successful. So it was a shock though, because I didn't expect that. I thought we were just gonna be two dudes in front of the camera, like talking. So it just kind of transformed from there.
Right, so how have people responded to the show so far?
It's been amazing. I think people respond first off to the name, Morning Wood. Come on now. Exactly. So then, they see, two dudes on there who I feel like we are relatable. We look like other, dudes who are just out there just, wanting to get their lives and talk about the things that we want to talk about, and they gravitate to us. So it's been fun.
What advice would you give to people out there that are looking for a relationship on how to sustain one?
How to sustain one. You know what? Honestly, I feel like relationships are built on your capacity to forgive and to want to be there. I think that's what it's all about. I mean, because just like in friendships, if something happens with you and one of your best friends, you're gonna probably forgive them, right? And I feel like you have to treat your boo like one of your best friends. And I feel like that's really a good way to stay really connected.
So if they keep doing the same thing over and over, do you keep just forgiving them?
Keep doing the same thing over and over again? No, absolutely. Get rid of that.
So now when you come to an event like this where there's just so much delicious eye candy.
There is delicious eye candy here. You should be here.
You can possibly be tempted. So how do you keep that in check when you bring it? They say don't bring sand to the beach because there's a lot of it out there.
I mean, this is the way I feel about relationships. I mean, there's candy, which is good to look at. You can suck on it and it's gone in a minute. But then if you have a full meal, that's something that you don't ever want to part from. Okay. And you just have to realize what you have. That's what I think. But like you can look. I mean, you got eyes, you can see.
Right. But you're married, not dead.
Exactly. You should have that type of relationship where you can both look and be okay with it, because then you don't have to hide it. It's open. I want to ask you, because I'm a host too. So listen, how has your experience been in Puerto Rico so far?
My experience has been wonderful. I always look forward to coming down and hanging out and meeting everybody and shooting the videos and trying to catch you all being ratchet, but trying not to humiliate you. You all humiliate yourselves. No shade. So,
okay, so
but I had a good time.
Let me ask you another question. What do you feel like has been the key to your success?
the key to my success. I don't even look at my
Shut
success
up. You're
as
success. Oh, shut up.
But,
No, come on now.
I really think it's just about being authentic. I mean, it just really, because 3LWTV came out of, it was born organically, and it just kind of grew, and my intent has always been authentic. I haven't been out there because I necessarily wanted to be in front of the camera, because if you look at some of my old videos, I'm never in front of the camera, and a lot of them.
The funny thing about it is, I feel like I met you, and I didn't even know at the time that this is what you did. I just met you as, you came to, it was BBQs, I think, in New York, and I just met you randomly there, and I was like, oh, he's a nice guy. Then I found out this is what you do.
And some people were like that a lot. I get that a lot, but I mean, especially after I got connected with Oprah last year, people expected me to change some kind of way, and I was like, what are you? I mean, yeah, I'm still.
Why would you do that?
I'm not coming in getting any pomp and circumstance. I'm just me. I just do me, and I just love my life. Now, what has been the key to your success, young man? We're not gonna. This is not my interview. They know me.
But listen, I'm an interviewer too,
I know,
so
I
do
all
the same
good.
thing. I really don't know. I can honestly say that I just feel like I've been blessed, and God has put people in front of me that have just continued to help me along the way, and I can't say I can't take any of the credit, because I feel like I haven't done enough work to take that much credit. So I'm just blessed to be here.
The man ain't ever seen the booty like this. And why you think
Like, okay, when I come to an event like this, I don't mind seeing if you got the goods. I don't mind seeing a little bit of that. But sometimes I think that we're going a little too far with it. What is your opinion on the culture of sagging?
I don't, I'm kind of ambivalent about it a little bit. I feel like, I don't know. I can't really say that I have too much of an opinion about it, because it doesn't really impact me or anybody that I'm kind of with. I feel like we're all grown men at this point, and I feel like we dress like grown men. So anybody that does it, I kind of really don't see it. I think maybe I'll block it out of my
I don't know. So that might be making a statement in itself. Because I mean, everyone is entitled to express yourself. Right. I think the way that you want to. But if you are, there's a time and a place for it.
Exactly.
So I think some of us just don't get that. And also, I really believe that you should have the goods. Like, I'm looking at an example right now that we won't turn the camera on, but that just should not be happening right now. Right? I mean, let's call a thing, as Yana would say. I'm not going to put this person on because I don't have his permission, but I'm looking at a severe case of Nasitol. And when you have Nasitol, which is no acetol, you should not be sagging. Them damn things should be suspended up, buckled up to your motherfucking chin. But that's just me. Now, let's get back to...
I have no comment.
I mean, to me, no. I mean, but some people do have it going on. I'm like, yes.
I feel like if you do, then it's fine. But,
But I still never understood, and I also don't understand, like, when straight men say, they sag, and then in the next breath they talking about no homo. I don't think it gets any more homo.
You can't say that, because if I can see your underwear and if I can see your crack, it's a little bit homo.
I had a great time last night, but I only saw you up there for like 2 minutes and then you were gone. What happened? Now let's get some real tea. Caller, you say what?
What I will say is that I had a great time spending at club levels. It was interesting because, my genre of music typically, and what I'll say to you guys out there is typically urban, pop, R&B, that sort of thing. So I walked into a situation where, it was a little bit more on the techno side of things. But you know what we do? We adapt.
Right.
We become flexible and we make it work. And that's what we did. So club levels tonight again. So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
So will you be doing techno again, or you will not be able to do? I mean, why didn't you?
We will determine that once we get there.
Okay. I'm just like, girl, what's really going on up and through here? Yeah, because I saw you up there, and it was then you gone. Right. So yeah, okay. So you said what you can say, and we appreciate that. Catch the shade. Some people still are having struggles, with their family or their religion or their background. What advice would you offer to someone young that's struggling with coming out?
When I came out, I felt like I was very angry because I felt like I hid it for so long, and I felt like, why am I hiding this? And I look around and I see people who I'm surrounded by who just came out at such early ages. And what I would say at this point now is just be who you are. Be unapologetic about it.
Oh, I love that. Be unapologetic about it.
Because I feel like you'll have a lot less insecurities, and it'll lead to better decisions.
the kind of girl you like is right here with me?
Another thing that continues to, I guess, shape the dialogue of our community is like HIV.
Right.
And I live in Atlanta, you're in D.C., which are still, the rates are still higher than they need to be.
Right.
What advice would you give to people out there who are sexually active, which is all of us?
Right.
It seems like, to me, we know what we're supposed to do,
Right.
but why aren't we doing it?
That's a good question, and I feel like that kind of leads back to where I was going with making really good decisions. I feel like as insecure beings, we can make bad decisions because we're looking for love in all the wrong places, and sometimes we mistake sex for love, and that's not the same thing. Sex is sex, but it can be making love when you're with that person.
Right.
And as you get, I think as you mature into your experiences, you know what that person is, and it's usually, personally for me, I would just say a monogamous relationship. And communication. It's about dialogue, communication, and making sure that you get tested. We just did a testing awareness event last week for the Morning Wood Show, and it was very, very successful. We had a lot of people that lined up to get tested. And I think it's just about, A, knowing your status, B, communicating with your partners, and just wrapping it up.
Yeah.
It's easy.
And I think part of what I think is missing from a lot of the collective dialogue is, there's a lot of focus on prevention, as there should be, but with given the high infection rates, it's kind of like we still kind of just dismiss people once they are positive. There's no real discussion about, how to combat stigma or how to continue to live a healthy life. What words of wisdom would you offer to someone out there that's maybe living with HIV?
It's so interesting because I feel like I have friends that are HIV positive, and just to see their experiences as they've gone from not knowing to knowing, it's been eye-opening because for me, honestly, and I have to say, I thought personally that they would be crushed, almost to the verge of suicide, but it hasn't been that way. I've watched them say, okay, this is what it is. This is how I need to take care of myself, and this is how I'm going to live going forward. So it's not a death sentence. It's a condition, and I feel like, people need to treat it as such. But at the same time, be aware of your status because you need to know that information.
Just about like any other thing with your health, you should be aware of what's going on with your body.
So that you can take care of it.
Right. And I agree with you too. It's like, you should be aware of your status. It's not a death sentence. And I have a very good friend who's been positive for almost 25 years and healthier than anybody that I know. And then there's some people that I've seen in my life who find out and then 6 months later they're gone. And I personally believe it really has a lot to do with your mind.
And
that's with any illness, whether it be cancer, sickle cell, HIV, whatever it is, you've really got to make up in your mind.
And it relates to a quote I always hear. It's like that life is about 10% of what happens to you, but 90% of how you react to it.
Amen, somebody? Amen. I definitely want to thank you for hanging out and chilling out with me.
I want to thank you for having me here on the beach, on the couch with you.
It's kind of cool.
This is hot.
So I'm gonna thank your boyfriend for letting me borrow you for a few minutes. And now over there I'm seeing some other specimens, and that's appropriate sagging.
I can't. I'm not even gonna look.
But that tragedy that we witnessed a moment ago, that should be arrested and thrown up under the jail. No shade. All right. Anyway, I love you all.
I blame his friends. I do. I blame his friends.
Yeah, letting him walk out the room like that. You know damn well. Okay. I'm sorry. Back to Pocus. Listen, I want to thank my special guest, DJ Richie Sky, for chilling out with me today on 3LW TV. Tell us where we can find you. I know Twitter at Richie Sky. Any other
Twitter
social media?
Richie Sky, Instagram at Richie Sky, and The Morning Wood Show on Facebook, The Morning Wood Show, and then YouTube as well, The Morning Wood Show, and you can find me on DJ Richie Sky on YouTube as well.
Once again, I want to thank you all for all of your support. I'm Lonell Williams. Always stand in your light.
Topics, the cities, the books, the toys. The models, the muscles, the health, the pride. The stories, the fashion, the gaze, the life. Our hotness, our blackness, stand in